Oh my goodness, can we talk about something that's been on my mind? I spent 40 years doing things I thought I was supposed to do. And you know what? Some of those habits, they were holding me back the entire time. And I didn't even realize it until I hit 60. Here's the thing that really gets me. I see so many incredible women our age still stuck in these same patterns. And honestly, it breaks my heart. Because the moment I stopped doing these 5 things, everything changed. My energy changed. My relationships changed. Even the way I felt about myself every single morning changed. Now, I'm going to share all 5 of these habits with you today. And I have a feeling number 3 is going to really hit home. Actually, when I mention number 3, you might want to pause the video and really think about it. But please, and I mean this, stay until the end, because the 5th one, that's the habit that was stealing my joy every single day, and I had no idea. Before we dive in, do me a quick favor. If you're someone who's ready to make these next decades the absolute best of your life, hit that subscribe button. This channel is all about us living boldly, authentically, and unapologetically after 60. We're building a community of women who refuse to dim their light. So subscribe and let's do this together. All right, let's get into it. Habit number 1 that we need to stop right now: apologizing for taking up space. How many times this week have you said, "I'm sorry," when you didn't need to? Someone bumps into you at the grocery store. "Oh, I'm sorry." You have an opinion that's different from someone else's. "Sorry, but I think you asked for help at a restaurant. I'm so sorry to bother you, but listen to me. We spent decades being conditioned to make ourselves smaller, to not ruffle feathers, to be accommodating. And you know what? That served a purpose at one time. But now, we've earned the right to exist without constantly apologizing for it. I'm not saying become rude or inconsiderate. I'm saying stop reflexively apologizing for simply being a human being with needs, opinions, and presence. You deserve to take up space. Your voice matters. Your needs are valid. Here's what I want you to do this week. Catch yourself every time you're about to apologize unnecessarily. Pause. Ask yourself, did I actually do something wrong? If the answer is no, replace that sorry with something else. Excuse me, or thank you for your patience, or just nothing. You don't owe the world an apology for existing. Habit number 2, and this one's big: stop putting everyone else's needs before your own every single time. Now, before you think I'm telling you to become selfish, hear me out. We're caregivers by nature. So many of us. We've spent years, decades even, taking care of children, aging parents, spouses, friends, co-workers. And that's beautiful. That's part of who we are. But here's what happens. We get so good at putting ourselves last that we forget we're even on the list. We schedule everyone else's doctor appointments, but skip our own. We make sure everyone else eats well while we grab whatever's convenient. We drop everything to help a friend, but feel guilty taking an afternoon for ourselves. And the exhausting part, we've been doing this for so long that when we finally do something for ourselves, we feel selfish. Can you relate to that? I know I sure can. Here's the truth that took me too long to learn. You cannot pour from an empty cup. And nobody benefits when you're running on fumes. Not your family, not your friends, not anyone. The best gift you can give the people you love is a version of you that's healthy, rested, and fulfilled. So start small. Block out 1 hour this week that's just for you. Not for errands, not for anyone else. Just you. Read that book, take that walk, sit in a coffee shop, and people watch. Whatever fills your cup. And when that guilt creeps in, remind yourself that taking care of you isn't selfish, It's necessary. Now we're getting to habit number 3, and I told you this one might really resonate. Here it is. Stop living for someday. How many times have you said, someday I'll travel to Italy, or someday I'll take that painting class, or someday I'll reconnect with that old friend? We treat 60 plus like it's a waiting room instead of the main event. Here's what nobody tells you. Someday isn't on the calendar. Someday is today, or it's never. I had a friend, beautiful soul, who talked for years about taking a trip to Paris. She was going to go someday when she had more money, someday when she lost weight, someday when things settled down. She passed away at 64 and she never saw Paris. And that broke something in me, because here's what I realised. We're not guaranteed tomorrow. And even if we are, do we really want to spend our precious time waiting for the perfect moment that may never come? You're over 60. You've earned this. You've worked hard. You've sacrificed. You've shown up. And now it's your time, not someday, now. So that thing you've been putting off, that dream you've been postponing, start it today. Book the trip, sign up for the class, make the phone call. Even if it's just one small step, take it, because our some days are now, and they're beautiful and they're ours. Habit number 4, stop comparing your chapter 60 to someone else's highlight reel. Oh, this one gets me fired up. Because thanks to social media, we're constantly bombarded with images of women our age running marathons, travelling the world, looking absolutely flawless. And it's so easy to look at that and think, wow, what's wrong with me? Why aren't I doing that? But here's what we forget. You're seeing their best moments. You're not seeing the hard days, the struggles, the reality behind the photos. And more importantly, you're not seeing your own wins because you're too busy comparing them to someone else's. Maybe you're not running marathons, but you're walking every day, and that's keeping you healthy. Maybe you're not traveling the world, but you're building beautiful relationships in your community. Maybe you don't look like you did at 30, but you carry yourself with a confidence and wisdom that's infinitely more attractive. Your journey is yours. It doesn't need to look like anyone else's to be valuable. It doesn't need to be Instagram worthy to be meaningful. I want you to celebrate your wins no matter how small they seem. You made it through a tough day. That's a win. You tried something new. That's a win. You showed up for yourself. That's a win. Stop measuring your insides against everyone else's outsides. Your life, exactly as it is, with all its imperfections and ordinary moments, is enough. You are enough. And now, the final habit, number 5. This is the one that was stealing my joy every single day. Stop waiting for permission to live the life you want. This might be the most important one of all, because somewhere along the way, so many of us internalize this belief that we need permission. Permission from our families to pursue our dreams. Permission from society to dress a certain way or act a certain way. Permission from some invisible authority to just be ourselves. And let me tell you something powerful. You don't need anyone's permission anymore. Want to cut your hair short or dye it purple? Do it. Want to go back to school at 65? Enroll. Want to start dating again after being widowed? Your heart is still alive. Go for it. Want to downsize and travel in an RV? Pack your bags. Want to start a business? Launch it. The opinions of people who aren't living your life don't get a vote in how you live it. And anyone who truly loves you, they'll support you in becoming the fullest version of yourself. I spent too many years asking myself, what will people think? And you know what I finally realized? The people who matter won't judge you, And the people who judge you don't matter. We have this beautiful gift of time ahead of us. However much that is, whether it's 10 years or 30 years, it's ours. And we get to decide how we use it. Not our children, not our friends, not society's expectations, us. So I'm giving you permission right now if you need it. Permission to stop following all the unwritten rules about how women our age are supposed to act. Permission to disappoint people who had different plans for you. Permission to change your mind about who you thought you were going to be. Permission to take up space, to be loud, to be quiet, to be exactly who you are right now. So there you have it. 5 habits we need to stop right now. Stop apologizing for existing. Stop putting everyone else first every single time. Stop living for someday. Stop comparing your journey to someone else's. And stop waiting for permission to live your life. Now, I want to hear from you. Which one of these habits resonated most? Which one are you going to work on this week? Drop a comment below and let's support each other through this. And if this video spoke to you, do me a favor, share it with another woman who needs to hear this message. Let's build this community together. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, because we've got so much more to talk about. Remember, these years after 60, they're not the end of our story. They're some of the best chapters, and we get to write them however we want. I'll see you in the next video. Now go out there and stop doing these things. You've got a beautiful life to live.